Hello, my name is Daniel Wiseman, and this is my pitch for Soulless, Survivalist, which is a top-down 2D time management survival game designed for PC, although its simple playstyle and controls would make it very easy to develop for a touchscreen mobile device as well. In this game, you play as a maintenance droid on a broken-down spaceship. You must keep yourself and your ship captain alive for as long as possible. At its core, Soulless Survivalist is a simple 2D survival game in line with titles like Don't Starve, with some notable differences. First, you are in a zero-G physics-based environment, and second, the maps are not open-ended, they are closed levels justified by the player not being able to stray too far from their ship. The gameplay loop is simple. The player manages stats of the ship as well as using what they find in the world to craft items to prolong their survival and protect and repair the ship. Similar to games like Don't Starve, the player is never expected to survive indefinitely. At some point, the player or the pilot will expire and the game will give them a score based on their performance. The player has a number of gauges and stats to manage as they play this game. The droid fuel and power, and the pilot's life signs and cryo energy. If any of these reach zero, the player loses and the game is over. Some features that set this game apart from other games in the genre are the zero-G physics-based environment, as well as the fact that the overall goal is not to survive yourself, the player is a droid, but to keep the captain, who is in cryosleep, alive by monitoring his cryopod power and food and oxygen intake. Another thing that sets this game apart is that part of the challenge and entertainment of this game is simply trying to keep control of the droid in a zero-G environment. Seeing how objects react in this world can be quite entertaining. The game also generates asteroids at random points that can collide with things and send physics objects, including the player, flying all over the level. A simple inventory will allow the player to see what items and resources they have. This will allow them to prioritize what stats to recharge and what stats can wait. The player will be able to craft simple machines and barriers to stop asteroids from hitting their ship, giving the game a bit of a tower defense mechanic as well. Other simple craftables include a garden pod to generate nutrients for the pilot and a forge to refine metals to repair the ship if it is ever struck by an asteroid. The main risk of completing this game, staring us all in the face, is that survival games are currently a saturated genre. I believe, however, that this game is different enough that it will stand out from other games of its type. Another risk is that the gameplay loop could become repetitive and boring. This could be helped if close attention is paid to the rate at which all stats fall. For example, if the droid power were to drop too slowly, then the player would never feel like they were in danger of powering down, and therefore the CPU power stat would lose its effect as a gameplay challenge. Conversely, if the CPU power falls too fast, then this challenge could become a frustration. Another challenge would be making each level randomly generate in the Unity engine. The prototype you are watching was developed in GameMaker and will not translate to Unity. This is an issue that will not be properly addressed until the team is formed and production has begun. This concludes my game pitch. Thank you for taking the time to consider my pitch for Soulless Survivalist.